Here. Oh. Hey everybody, it's Leon from Premier House's team at Triwood Realty. And I got a special guest today, kind of doing something a little different. Normally I have a lender on here, or a title company person or something. But lately, here's something that's come to light. We had this a lot during COVID as well. And people hadn't used them before. But there's a lot of times when you have documents, loan documents, things that need to be signed, escrow's not able to accommodate you because you need to either have it done at work or after hours at home or on a weekend. So they have people that provide service for mobile notaries. And so today I've got Thomas Notary Assurance has their finest. This is Lisa Thomas. And she's so gracious that she'd take a minute to sit down and answer a couple questions so we could kind of clear up questions or thoughts people might have. So Lisa, thank you for coming on board today.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, what I'd like to do, tell us a little about yourself, where you're from, kind of past experience, things like that. What made you get into being a mobile notary?
Oh, that's a loaded question. I'm originally from St. Croix, the U.S. Virgin Islands. Come from Puerto Rican parents, so totally bilingual, speak Spanish. What got me into notary? I was actually a realtor at first. And in marrying my husband, who's military, active duty at the time, we kept moving over and over. And every time we moved, I'd have to restart my business. And it was just such a headache to restart the real estate side of business. And I decided, I had my notary, and I decided, you know what, let me turn this into a business. It was a little easier to start up every time I moved. Um, so yeah, I've been doing this about 8 years now.
Okay. And then one of the things people sit there and say, as a mobile notary, what type of documents are you able to notarize?
Ooh, so type of documents would depend on what exactly you need. We do acknowledgements, affidavits, copies of documents. Basically, what a notary does is we verify you are who you are, we check your identification, and make sure that the person is real and it is not a fraudulent transaction that's being recorded. So I'm commissioned with the state of Washington, and I just notarize any document that needs notarization or an extra level of security for identification purposes.
And is there any requirement you have to have as far as experience for notarizing documents?
Well, in the state of Washington, you don't have to have a specific course or anything in particular to become a notary. You just need to be able to pass a background check and pay for your credentials and your business license. But I, of course, I'm overachiever over here, and I took several courses just to make sure that even though I had a background in real estate, I just wanted to make sure I was good to go on that, you know?
Hey, is there any licensing or bonding that you're required as a company to have?
Yes. So as a company, we're required, every notary is required to have a bond. And then we also have what's known as E&O insurance. I'm personally insured as well as my business. Um, it's not required in every state. So do your due diligence on what the notary needs to have in order for you to hire them or for them to do something for you.
Okay, and then one of the other things I kind of touched on it when I first started this was as far as being a mobile notary, and I said that this is so people don't have to go into escrow and whatever. What kind of hours and availability do you guys have and offer as a company to people that need you?
So me personally, my business is open 9 to 5, regular business hours, but I'm 24/7. So if you need after hours or anything of that nature, I just charge an additional convenience fee to come to you at that time. I charge a mobile notary fee, and it's $10 per notarization. For loan packages, I have set fees for that just encompass everything, because a lot of times these packages are large in size, and sometimes I need to make copies or scan backs. So depending on the services that you need from my company will depend on the price.
And if I sit there and you were going out to somewhere to have a sign, what's the requirements that a person signing would have to have with you?
So it depends by state, and it depends on what the company requires. For the most part, just a valid form of identification is enough. A lot of our lenders, they like to have 2 forms of identification. So I require 2 forms of IDs when I sit in front of you.
Okay. And then as far as, we sit there nowadays where we've got a lot of identity theft, things like that. How do you ensure the confidentiality for a person and the security of their personal information?
Well, so there's 2 aspects to this. The state, not every state requires you to keep a notary journal. Some states require you to take fingerprints. Washington does not. As a result, we have to keep that journal so that we can know, oh, we notarized this on this date, whatever. And in having all of that information in our notary journal, by law, we're supposed to keep that secured in a locked space. Is your stamp is supposed to stay with you at all times. So those measures I always do, and it's standard practice. But we have new avenues where identity safety is also a concern. And that's the new platforms known as RON, which is remote online notarization. It's essentially, I can notarize a document on a platform. I personally use Blue Notary. And I can do hybrid signings. I can do remote signings as well as just notarizing any general notary work or will or anything of that nature through the RON platform. But you have certain tests that you have to pass, and it's on a secure network that you guys can upload your documents to. I don't keep any of that. It's all encompassed within Blue Notary. But yeah, it's definitely something new. The industry is changing. I'm learning along with you guys. It's, the state of Washington just approved it last year. And so we're just going with the flow and trying to figure out where the next step for the future is.
Is there anything I left out that you might want to add for people that might want to have any questions about services with you?
So I offer more than just notary work. I do I-9 verifications, apostille work, loan signings, general notary work. So translation services. So depending on what you need, check out my website. I'm on Facebook, on Instagram, and just check us out. You always need a notary, always need a good notary. So if you require bilingual services, military friendly, I'm your girl.
See, so are you available? I know you said 9 to 5 normally. Do you also offer weekends if needed?
Yep, absolutely.
See, and there you have it, folks. So one of the good things is, like I say, when you have someone that's especially in the military able to access on base and stuff like that, that's really nice, because the inconvenience of trying to get somewhere and hours where you can't get away, they can meet you at work or away from there. So I'm going to have all of Lisa's information at the bottom of this. You guys feel free to go ahead, go into her website, check her out, shoot her an email, or if you need to and have questions, feel free to call her directly. And Lisa, thank you so much for today.
Oh, no problem. Anytime.